Yeah, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. You.
I'm seriously going to have like a nervous breakdown.
Well, just do this.
What?
Sought, track, sought.
I know, but you know when you have a good story, I know what you're going to say. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But sometimes you don't.
I mean, I don't have any idea. Is that? I mean, did that do it? I mean, did that get picture? Okay.
1, 2.
I mean,
Do they have pictures?
yes. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7.
How much of you do you want to see?
Huh?
How much of the field do you want to see?
No, I mean, just make me look good. The rest of it will be fine.
If I stay far out, you can see the end zone, and otherwise we should take it in front of the building.
Right now on KOCO 5 at 5, tonight a police officer known for fighting in the UFC is fighting for his life. See how he's doing after a bad car wreck.
You're not going to like what you hear. It's going to be a rough few days.
Paid players, hostesses offering sex to players. It's not what OSU fans want to hear. Tonight, how the head of the athletic department answers claims made by Sports Illustrated.
I'm Sally Kidd in Washington. From Capitol Hill to the White House, demonstrators demand to be heard on Syria as Congress gets ready to vote.
I'm Jessica Shambach here on the Ellen set for her biggest giveaway ever, and it's for Oklahomans.
Tonight, see my one-on-one interview with Ellen. The news starts right now.
You're watching KOCO 5. Live, local, late breaking. This is KOCO 5 News at 5 o'clock. in high definition.
Right now at 5, an Oklahoma City police officer is fighting for his life. I'm Paul Folger.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jessica Shambach. Matt Grice was involved in a car accident in Shawnee. KOCO's Naveen Dhaliwal joins us now live with the story. Naveen?
Jessica, Officer Grice is at OU Medical Center. He's in critical condition, his family and friends by his side. And we've just learned Grice is a UFC fighter.
He's a gentle teddy bear. He believes in not using force, not fighting unless he has to, and he gives everything he has.
Now Officer Matt Grice is in the hospital after a serious car crash here in Shawnee.
It's tragic for his kids and his wife.
OHP says Grice was at a red light, stopped behind another vehicle on Route 177 northbound. They say a minivan slammed into Grice's Jeep, causing him to crash into the car in front of him. He was the most seriously injured, with significant trauma to the head.
This is tragic for our community in every way, our fighters, our jiu-jitsu practitioners, and fellow officers.
Officer Grice is a well-known mixed martial arts fighter who is now fighting for his own life.
Jiu-jitsu practitioners and fellow officers are praying for him, and he's a fighter, and he will get better, and he'll be okay.
Now, moments after that crash, another driver stopped to help Officer Grice. You'll hear from that Good Samaritan at 6 o'clock. Back to you.
Okay, we'll see you then, Naveen. Thank you. The other big story tonight, allegations of misconduct at Oklahoma State University. This list is long, and it comes from a Sports Illustrated investigation that lasted close to a year.
We have team coverage tonight. Sports Director Brian Keating and KOCO's Dan Thomas are on the story. And Brian, start by telling us what was said at the weekly press conference today.
Hey, Paul, you know, Mike Gundy usually talks every Monday and talks about football. Today was a lot different. He did address the Sports Illustrated article briefly. A lot of it was done by Athletic Director Mike Holder, who, I'll be honest with you, they were a lot more candid than I expected them to be. Let's look at the list of what OSU will be charged with, at least in the Sports Illustrated article, that we know. One of the things, of course, coaches and boosters paying athletes. Academic fraud, they say, and a hostess program providing sex to recruits. All that is expected to be in the SI article. Now, Sports Illustrated hasn't told OSU a lot of the details in this piece. This is the way Coach Holder responded.
I don't know a lot of specifics. I know a little bit. I know enough to be very concerned.
I think that the university looks forward to when we can give our side. This is not an individual story.
I'm the guy in charge. Ultimately, the buck stops at my door, and I'm willing to accept responsibility for whatever has been said.
Well, we're going to find out whatever that is. Sports Illustrated may release this article as early as tomorrow, so a lot of OSU fans across the state of Oklahoma and across the country will know a whole lot more tomorrow. I know Dan Thomas was also at the press conference with me. We have team coverage. Let me throw it over to Dan.
Well, Brian, you know, it seems that most folks around here either just dismiss the allegations out of hand or don't really know quite what to think of them. They want to wait till that story comes out. But the administration, though, facing this one head on. Most people around here are holding back judgment.
I would like to wait until the full story comes out to see what's in the story.
Go by what I hear, I just wait till I find out about the facts.
With the story not even published, the university is wasting no time circling the wagons.
Unfortunately, we've got something out there on the horizon that we're going to have to deal with.
Athletic Director Mike Holder has been at the university since 1966 and says whatever is published will be a defining moment not only in his career, but for all of the Big 12.
I apologize to all the athletic directors in the conference for what's about to happen, what's about to be said about a member institution. That reflects on everyone, all of our brothers and peers. We're very remorseful about that.
He says it's going to be a rough couple of days, but that the university will survive.
I just hope to make everybody proud at the end of the process that this is your institution.
And coming up, it says we'll hear from the fans. Holder says that whatever's about to be published is going to affect every one of them. We'll hear the message that he wants to send out, particularly to season ticket holders, coming up at 6. Reporting live in Stillwater, Dan Thomas, KOCO 5 News.
We will be keeping close tabs on that story. Dan, thank you. Now down in Norman. Knight is out, Bell is in. Today, Coach Stoops announced Blake Bell will start on Saturday against Tulsa. Now, this switch comes after Trevor Knight suffered a bruised knee during Saturday's game against West Virginia. And then coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, you'll hear from Stoops and find out just how long Knight will be out.
George Zimmerman could be in trouble again. Earlier today, he was held by police after a domestic incident involving a gun. Police say Zimmerman's wife reported some kind of domestic dispute with weapons involved and threats. He's not been charged with any crime. Zimmerman's wife, Shelley, recently announced plans to divorce.
New week, new moment, same question. Should the U.S. take military action against Syria? Across the nation, opinions are divided. In Washington, groups for and against a strike marched outside the Capitol. Meanwhile, Russia is calling on Syria to surrender its chemical weapons to international authorities.
This comes as Congress opens debate on the use of force against Syria, and President Obama makes his pitch in a round of TV interviews. KOCO's Sally Kidd is on Capitol Hill with the very latest.
Paul and Jessica, members of Congress received another classified briefing on this tonight as the Senate kicked off its debate. At the steps of the Capitol, Syrian Americans called on Congress to support military action.
And hold Assad accountable for the reprehensible use of chemical weapons.
Over at the White House, protesters urged the administration not to strike. With polls showing little public support for military intervention and opposition growing in Congress, the administration pressed its case.
This is about protecting both the Syrian people and our friends in the region.
In a new twist, Russia announced a proposal for Syria to surrender its chemical weapons.
We're calling on the Syrian authorities to not only agree on putting chemical weapons storage under international control, but also for its further destruction.
Syria says it welcomes the initiative,
on the basis that the Syrian leadership cares about the lives of our citizens and the security in our country.
The Obama administration says it will take a serious look at the proposal, but
we would have some skepticism about the Assad regime's credibility.
Meantime, in the Senate,
without question, this brutality demands a response.
The debate began on a resolution authorizing the president to use military force.
It appears the purpose of the attack, this military attack, first and foremost is perhaps to defend his own credibility.
A procedural vote on the Senate resolution is scheduled for Wednesday. On Capitol Hill, Sally Kidd, KOCO 5 News.
Well, tonight on World News, President Obama is sitting down with Diane Sawyer to talk about a possible strike in Syria. You're going to hear what he thinks of President Assad's threat of retaliation and what's in store for the future.
Former NBA star Dennis Rodman is back from his second trip to North Korea this year. He was there to hang out with its leader, Kim Jong-un. Today, he had plenty to say about it. Rodman announced he'll train North Korea's national basketball team for the 2016 Olympics. Rodman also laid down an offer for President Obama.
Obama, what are you afraid of? Come talk to me. I've seen things. I know things that you want to know.
Rodman says the U.S. and North Korea should try to mend their relationship with what he calls basketball diplomacy.
Looking ahead, Apple is expected to update its flagship iPhone model tomorrow with the rumored iPhone 5S. Tech insiders say it's possible it will come in different colors and have upgraded hardware. And perhaps one of the most exciting rumors, a fingerprint sensor where the home button is traditionally located. We'll have to just wait and see if the rumors are all true.
Tomorrow.
It comes out tomorrow today. And just last night, Jessica, you were in, we talked about this last night, you were in Los Angeles on a very special assignment.
Yeah, this is a great assignment, Paul. I got to visit the set of The Ellen Show. It was all for her big season premiere. And Ellen had a big surprise for some Oklahoma heroes.
We were just going to dance in the audience and just be excited.
Yeah, play see us in the audience dancing so we can play.
Just a ticket to the show.
Oh, but it was so much more. Only on Ellen, only on 5, that is. Coming up, you'll see the reaction from those principals backstage, and we'll take another look at exactly what they got.
Plus, preventing whooping cough in children even before they're born. Tonight, what doctors say mothers can do to protect their children before and after birth.
And I don't know about you, but I am ready for a cool down, and it looks like our next cold front will bring that. Coming up, I'll show you when highs in the 80s will return.
Tonight at 6. He thought he found a deal, but it was too good to be true.
I asked my friend, he says there is a guy in Edmond that rips people off like that.
Robbed in broad daylight, this man wasn't about to let the crook get away. How his quick thinking led police right to the suspect's home. Tonight at 6.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KOCO 5 News at 5 with Jessica Shambach, Paul Folger, and Oklahoma City's most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Damon Lane. Now, KOCO 5 News continues.
A study just released says children who miss doses of the DTaP vaccine are about 30% more likely to be diagnosed with whooping cough. Right now, the illness is at epidemic levels in Texas. And KOCO's Rachel Calderon tells us how the Sooner State compares.
Oklahoma State health officials are encouraging women who are pregnant to get the DTaP vaccine in the last trimester of their pregnancy and to get it during each pregnancy. Now, this vaccine protects from diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis, also known as whooping cough. When an expectant mother gets that shot, she passes on that protection to her unborn baby. Newborns are particularly vulnerable to whooping cough. They're first eligible for the vaccine at 2 months old. Now, in Texas, where 2,000 cases were reported this year alone, 2 of those cases were deadly. Both of those babies were under 2 months old. Oklahoma State health officials report far less numbers, 99 in our state in 2013. 33 of those cases are in Tulsa. Last year, there were 159 cases in Oklahoma statewide. The state is not just encouraging expectant mothers to get a booster, but anyone who will come in contact with a newborn, the spouse, family members, or a caregiver who may help care for that newborn newborn can often be carriers of the bacteria. The hope is that this latest warning will encourage people to stay up to date on those vaccines. Rachel Calderon, KOCO 5 News.
Oh, it's hard to see that little one like that. Rachel, thank you. And in children, the DTaP vaccine is given at 2 months, 4 months, and 6 months old. Boosters are given when they're toddlers.
Some students and more got a special message today from former Lady Barbara Bush. She Skyped with students at Briarwood Elementary as part of International Literacy Day.
Kelly Shutterfly is going to give you $100,000 for your school. For Briarwood.
And just a few minutes ago, you saw Ellen surprise the principals of the more schools that were destroyed in the May 20th tornado.
Yeah, her show gave Plaza Towers and Briarwood Elementaries $100,000 each. You see them holding the big checks there. And
Man,
I got to go there, Paul.
Yeah, you watched
awesome.
all this right from the studio there in Burbank.
I did. You know, I was there to capture the moment and find out exactly why Ellen wanted to help so much, especially for her big premiere show. It's a story that you'll see only on 5. Students went wild as they watched from more while their principals sat down with Ellen to tell their stories. Backstage, Amy Simpson and Shelley McMillan were just as ecstatic.
Excited. Very happy.
Yeah.
Surprised.
We were just going to dance in the audience and just be excited.
Yeah, hope they see us in the audience dancing so we can wave.
Just a ticket to the show.
Come on down, Shelley and Amy.
But Ellen had other plans for her big premiere show and caught the principals and the kids by surprise.
Wow. Amazed. I didn't even know what to do. Like, I'm going to pass out. And I wish we could have seen the kids because I know they are just probably a buzz.
After the taping, I sat down with Ellen in front of her live audience.
I mean, the look on those kids' faces in More, how did that make you feel? That must have been incredible. I mean, those kids have been through so much.
I know. Well, they're amazing. You know, I'm inspired by people like that. And, you know, anybody will tell you when you do something for somebody and you see someone feel good, it's a selfish thing because it makes you feel good. They're strong little soldiers, those kids.
They absolutely
and they're future viewers. So I'm building a fan base. That's what I'm doing. I'm making sure I have that future.
The funny lady gets serious when it comes to helping others. In all, the Ellen Show has donated almost $500,000 for tornado relief in Oklahoma.
Why did you feel so strongly to use your show and this opportunity, and in May as well, to give back?
Well, how can you not? You know, I mean, you see something like that, and it could be anyone. I think that's just everybody's job. Doesn't matter if you have a television show or if you're just somebody at home and you see it on the news and you can send $5. Every little bit helps, and people feel it. They feel when you're reaching out and you know, sending money or love.
No one knows that more than principals Amy and Shelley.
Probably we could have, every kid could have
an iPad.
iPad, yeah. That is amazing. With the cover.
Moore's just always been that way. I mean, it's after tornado after tornado, we've always come back bigger and stronger.
And those schools absolutely will. You know, the principals say the money will really help getting the best technology in those new school buildings, so it's going to go a long way. I want to remind you, you can catch Ellen every weekday at 4 right here on KOCO 5. And hey, if you want to see some photos of my trip to the Ellen set, we have them posted there at KOCO.com. Snapped lots of pics along the way.
I'm going to go look at those.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I haven't seen any of those pictures that you have of it.
It was a lot of fun. It was just really neat being there at her studios and just talking to her. She was very, you know, very warm, very easy to talk to. So it was neat doing it in front of the live audience as well.
Yeah, reading social media,
real deal,
reading social media as that was just happening about 30 minutes ago. I just read a lot of people say, grab the tissues for this, grab the tissues. Their story that they told was phenomenal.
Yeah, those principals.
An incredible
and,
story.
and those kids, you know, they were piped in, so they got to see all of that happening, and they were just thrilled to be a part of it and also just to be on the Ellen Show.
And it's so good now that school's back in, you know, we're moving forward from all that, and, you know, now it still feels like summer. Yeah, things are getting quiet.
Yeah, it does feel like summer. Weather is quiet. You know, we continue to watch the streak now, 24 straight days since we have had any measurable rainfall here in Oklahoma City, but You know what? We might actually be getting rid of this streak, adding rain to this number here, and hopefully get rid of this streak. No one likes talking about this type of streak. Looking at a live shot from our Clinton cam right now, 91 degrees. We hit a high temperature in Clinton today of 92 degrees. It has been windy out there. Winds at times up around 20 to 25 miles per hour. Less hot today than yesterday, but it's still hot out there. 95 in Enid, 95 in Stillwater. Right here in Oklahoma City, 94 degrees. Lows tonight statewide, falling down into the upper 60s and lower 70s. We'll be at 71 degrees for a low in Ponca City. 69 in Stillwater right here in Oklahoma City. 69 degrees. Clear night tonight. At 8 a.m. tomorrow, pleasant 70 degrees. And notice how as we head later into the day tomorrow, while temperatures are certainly going to be on the warm side, not nearly as hot as what we had today or even this past weekend. High tomorrow of 93 degrees. Very slowly temperatures are going to be dropping over the next couple of days, but still feeling a lot like summer out there. Normal high temperature tomorrow is 87 degrees. All of us above normal tomorrow. 93 in Enid, 93 in Clinton, 92 in Woodward and in Alva. As we head into Wednesday, normal high temperature 87 and still seeing temperatures above normal, but once again, still slowly watching those temperatures drop. High temperature for Oklahoma City on Wednesday of 92 degrees. So things are moving in the right direction over the next couple of days here, but if you're looking for a change, and by that I mean a noticeable change in our weather, it begins on Thursday. Showers are likely coming in Thursday and the early Friday morning. Again, we haven't really seen rain at all in over the last 3 weeks. And it's not the only chance of rain that we have in the next 7 days. More rain chances coming in here by next week. Now, as we head into late Thursday, weak cold front moves into northern Oklahoma, and it will come in with a very low end chance of isolated showers out there. Not a whole lot of rain out there, but at least we have the rain in the forecast. And then as we look into early next week, signs of another front coming in here by Monday. This one as well will come in here with rain chances. So you know what they always say, when the fair's in town, it seems like it wants to rain, and it looks like that rain moving back into forecast. But a few more dry days ahead. 93 degrees for a high temperature tomorrow. Warm afternoon for Wednesday, 92 degrees. 92 degrees for Thursday. How about high temperatures in the 80s? You want to see that? Yeah, here they come. Not for the weekend, but by early next week, highs finally getting into the upper 80s. And you're up to date with the latest First Alert forecast.
Thank you, Damon. Still ahead at 5, new research is adding fuel to the debate about early mammograms, why Harvard doctors want women under 50 to be screened.
And